Hi, I'm Louisa Higgins, and thank you for joining us for Easy Arts for Everyone. Today we're going to be doing an observational drawing, which fits very nicely with our STEAM curriculum because we're integrating science and the arts together to have greater impact. So the three things that we want to be doing today include, first, noticing deeply. So whatever it is that we're concentrating on drawing, we're really going to take a good hard look at it, really concentrate on it. Secondly, we want to capture the basic shape of whatever the object is. That comes first. And then we move on to adding the details. And so scientists and artists are very similar in that they observe the world around them and then they record it, and often for different reasons, but that is a similar concept. And when you start to draw something and you're really concentrating very hard on it, you start to activate your right brain, which is more analytical, as opposed to the left brain, which is just really about emotion and creating. We want to concentrate on making a drawing that's realistic, not necessarily artistic. And finally, we want to eliminate our preconceptions about what something looks like or should look like based on our memories or just kind of what we imagine. So for instance, if I say to you, please draw an eye, and I say, oh, okay, I know what an eye looks like. And then I give you something that looks like this. So a big old eyeball and the pupil right there. Or perhaps I'm thinking of something that I've seen like in a cartoon and it's more cutesy and it's a different shape. It's an imagined shape. Okay? So compare that to an actual eye. So if you were to look in the mirror or look at a model and you're looking at the eye, notice how much detail is there that was not included in my cartoon rendering. So you have an eyelid and there's eyelashes. The pupil is placed in the eye in the center in most cases, unless it's moving around looking. There's color. There's just a tremendous amount going on here. So my cartoon eye did not capture it realistically, and it didn't include all of the observations I could make. So just to demonstrate this for you, here is a black and white photograph of an actual eye, human eye. And I'm going to pay close attention after noticing deeply, and I'm going to draw the basic shape, which I see is more like an almond shape, or you could even say like a football shape, but it's looking like that. And then when I look at the pupil, it is not all the way down, but it's kind of roundish, and then it's darker here in the middle. And of course, from a scientific perspective, after I have done this drawing, I can do all the labeling and know all the parts of the eye that I'm representing. And there's the eyelid. And I see it has lashes, which I could very slowly and painstakingly over time add. And there's some folds of skin down here. So this looks a lot different than, say, the cartoon eye. And I would spend much more time on that. But you can see there's a big difference. And this is more artistic. This is realistic. By the same token, if I were to say to you, please draw for me a fish, a lot of people would say, oh, I know what a fish looks like. Sure, that's easy. And you'd get something that looks like this. There's a little fish, right? However, that doesn't involve really noticing deeply and taking in all the details. So if you look at this photograph of a fish, there's so much happening. It's really rich in detail. So you do have an eye and a mouth, but you also have gills. And you have different sorts of fins, and they're placed differently depending on the fish. And you have scales on its body, and the tail looks different. So there's so much detail that can be added to make it a truly observational drawing. So once again, I'll go ahead and demonstrate what this looks like in real time. So here is my photograph of a fish that we'll use. And I'm going to go ahead and notice deeply the basic shape, and I'm going to draw that out. And so this basic shape is much more elegant and shaped differently than the cartoon version. And I'm going to notice some of the things like the gills and placement of fins. So this fish has some really beautiful fins. And if I'm trying to study this fish, I really want to capture all its parts. And of course, probably be labeling this after I'm all finished. And so that's just a start, but you can see there's much more going on in an observational drawing than there is to do a basic cartoon fish. So I invite you to practice doing this. This works well for really anything. You can certainly do this with plants that you see outside and really label them and diagram them, animals and so on. So it's a wonderful skill to develop, and it is the arts. Like I said, it's not artistic so much as it's realistic, but it's something that you can develop over time and practice and become better and better at it. So I invite you to try this STEAM-based arts lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and you'll get all of our videos as they come out. Thank you.